Hey everyone. Good morning, Marion. How are you today?
Fantastic. It is sunny here in beautiful downtown Houston.
Oh, it's a gorgeous day. It's a gorgeous day, and we're loving it. And it's getting toward the end of the year, and you start thinking about different things and different topics, and what's going to happen next year, and everything that you worked on for the year, and what you're working on now, and what you're wrapping up with, and it's just a ton of fun. We've had an incredible year. We've had an incredible year, and I'm just grateful for you and all the sunshine that you bring into my life and everything that you got going on. And we've done a lot of great work together, so it's fun to get on a blab session and discover what we can do together next. So
isn't that true? It's always something new.
Yeah, it's always something new.
Put the two of us together, and you never know what you're going to get. It's like a cocktail that you stir some stuff in there, and woo!
Yeah, zig when others zag, right?
That's right. Well, this is Future Media Association, and Russ and I are the host, and we love to have co-hosts. We love to mix it up with different personalities and different topics and points of view. Not everybody thinks the way we do, so we like to hear what you have to say. Today's topic is headlines, what's hot and what's not. And so before the show, I did pull in some hot topics that I found on the internet and a way for you to find out some of the hot topics. What I really found was a lot of people go with whatever's happening in the news right now. Right, so they write their copy depending on what's trending. So you may want to think about, I know what you're doing, you little bugger. There you go.
Yeah, we got to tweet this out.
Okay, we're going to tweet it out now. Ready? Go. So what's hot right now? Let me put. What are you doing?
I'm just having fun. We're just having fun here. So
I know. So a lot of people want to be able to get a hold of us. So I am going to put into the chat room here some of the ways that you can contact us. I've heard that is something that we don't do on a regular basis. So here we go. There's Future Media Association.
And Brian Benson joined us.
Good morning.
Brian Benson.
Chris is here.
Yeah. Brian's, he's in a mastermind with me.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, he's a phenomenal guy to connect with.
Come on in the hot seat, Brian.
Yeah, he's going to have to join us. So
I'm going to put in 5 headlines.
5 headlines.
I'm going to put right in here in the.
We need drum rolls. 5 headlines coming up.
Let's talk about why they're hot right now, why they're showing up in the news. Okay.
Okay. Why are they showing up in the news?
Why are these topics showing up in the news? So reviews, of course, I've been talking about this for a long, long time. So when you do a review or reviews, it's taking the place of testimonials because Google put the weight down on testimonials because so many were coming up that were not true. People were making up their own testimonials.
Like somebody would write a testimonial about nothing, completely nothing at all.
Or it was their grandmother or somebody paid them to do a testimonial. And so Google started putting the weight down on that and bringing up reviews because people put more weight on what a review is. So think about that as part of your title. Review, reviews, things like that.
Okay.
So here's a review. Apple's iPad Pro, Facebook lets you, it didn't separate, sorry. So it's a review, Apple's iPad Pro. The next one was Facebook lets you order an Uber as it takes over your life. How about that? So I have to remember it doesn't separate things when you put them in when you copy and paste.
Oh, when you copy and paste, it changes.
Right. So what do you think, Russ? What do you think about talking about something that's hot, something's topic, the topics of the day, the surging or the trending things?
Well, it's funny too, because, me being a geek and tool.
Are you a Gooka geek?
A Gooka geek. The one thing that I like, or, I've looked at is, and I don't do it well because I do, kind of go my own route, is they look for SEO, or they do Google Trends, to see what's trending, and then just take a comment and then, try to ride the wave. It's like surfing, right? So you go to Google Trends, you say, okay, well, this is coming up on top and it's in line with what I'm doing. So if I speak about this or I share information, this is, do I need to register my drone is another one that's coming up. And so if you can have something, but it has to be consistent with what your philosophy online is. You just can't create something. You just can't pull something out of the hat and say, okay, this is trending, so I'm going to talk about it. However, there has been a couple of creative posts that I've seen a headline where it has a headline and I'm going, what is that headline about? And then you click on it and they use a headline as a tagline saying, well, don't do this, or, and they expand the story based on the headline because the headline grabs the attention. It's high in the search market, the trending, and then they use it to base their story around. And same with email. If you have a great headline in your email, the likelihood that somebody's going to open it, with that curiosity, open it, produce some results, and then you have to have a tagline in there and something that's going to continue to hold their interest. And but it's interesting that a lot of times when I go into what's trending, it has nothing to do with what I would want to talk about. So that's the challenge I have. It's like, okay, well, they're talking about war or politics or something.
Well, I don't think you necessarily have to go with a trending topic for your business, but you can see how they laid it out. Why does it capture somebody's attention? Like, check this list, or the best of lists and best of and the top 10. Even though it's done all the time, people seem to love it. They fall for it, right?
Well, I'm a sucker. I'm a sucker for.
We all are, Russ.
Grabbing top 10 lists and saying,
right.
Oh, I want the best tools for graphic designers.
That's right. So it doesn't necessarily have to be about drones. It could be, check this list to make sure you're doing it right, or whatever your industry is, you can capture that same punch, right?
Right.
So what are some of the hot topics that you've fallen for lately?
Oh, perfect example is the other day I was working on a video for a client and wanted to look at some of the tools. So I go in and I search for video tools, and then I do my search criteria for the last month. So anything that's new and emerging, I go back to, it's not going to pull up everything from the original internet days. It's going to be, recent stuff. And then I look for top 10 lists. I look for lists of tools, you can't live without, some of those things. Some of the typical headline criteria. And I usually have a pretty good list that outlines what I'm looking for. And a lot of it, you'll see the trend that a lot of it is very similar. You'll have, okay, 7 top tools or 21 top tools, or something like along those lines. And there might be 3 or 4 of those. And then, you can adjust your search and you can come up with some other different things. And the way they structure it, I just, some of these posts are brilliant. I mean, some of these, and I'm on way too many lists, and I could read blogs all day and never get anything done. However, that's not what I can do. So, but what do you like? What do you like, Marion? What do you?
Oh, what gets me every time is resources. Top 10 lists, resources, the hottest anything. Yeah, I love resources.
So we're very similar in that way. It'd be interesting. So I don't know if anybody else is that way or.
Here's a place I found, firstheadlines.com, where you can go in and just look at some of the structures. Like I said, don't pay attention to the topics or what they're talking about, but pay attention to the structure, how they're wording it, to see how you can fit your topics into that structure.
Yeah. So like applications for unemployment benefits drop 11,000 last week to 271,000.
That's a shock, right?
Yeah.
So a shock one.
Yeah.
So how-tos, top 10, those are all, even though they're used, abused, and overused, people love them. And Chris says, when teaching something technical, I use the top 5 things you need to know method. Exactly.
Yeah.
It still works. People love the top 10, the top 5, the top 3. They love those resources and top lists. They love
make it quick and easy.
Yes. If they think they're going to have to read a dissertation, they're not going to even click. But if you can give them tips and tools and techniques and things like that, they're more apt to jump in and read whatever it is that you have. And not only are they about to read it, but the newspapers and the news media will pick it up because it seems like a hot topic. We haven't talked about this. Do you use a news reader of any kind or any kind of a news aggregator that you go to? It's all tech. Let's face it, not much else interests me right now. Whenever I see tech in the headline, I got to go look what it is. And, even though you keep me up to date on, all the newest, latest, greatest, I think maybe you might forget something someday and I'll find something that you've never heard of.
You bring up stuff that I've never heard of all the time. It's like it's always something that's going on in the world that there's no way we can capture everything out there. So
no, and I stay away from the bad news. If they are going to try to pull me in by saying 20 are dead here and bomb this and that, I stay away from that because it's not that I don't care. I do care. But what I want to read and what I want to fill my life with is upbeat, new, exciting, happy,
positive things.
Positive things, yes.
Yeah. Well, and that goes along with the same thing as you're looking at the possibility rather than the problems, right?
Right.
You're developing a mindset that's going to say, okay, what are the opportunities that are in front of us, rather than saying, okay, let's dig ourselves a ditch and just hunker down in the ditch and know the world is ending here any day now. And I don't know. I was talking to somebody the other day, and they said they get caught up in Facebook, and all of a sudden they're gone. 2 hours of time is evaporated. Hey, Mike is in the room. Mike,
come on in, Mike or Brian or Chris. Somebody come on in the hot seat and talk with us about headlines.
Yeah. Join in, carry on. Mike's in Colorado. He would be a great one. Brian's a great one. He's in Miami, Florida. Can't today, Chris. Oh, you're busy. All right. Well,
it's okay. It's all right. We could carry on without
Let me
anybody.
ask Chris. Does Chris have a show tonight, 9 o'clock? You got your show tonight at 9 o'clock, or Central Time? So.
Good.
Mike, you want to join in?
No,
Star Wars, yes. You got to give us updates on that. Mike, how are you doing, my friend?
Good. How are you guys?
So, Marion, Mike is he is a marketing genius in Colorado.
Fantastic.
And he runs a couple of projects there, very, very good projects. And Mike, maybe you can tell us a little bit about what you have going on today. What's happening in Colorado? And tell us a little bit about military marketing.
Colorado, it's single digits right now. It's freezing.
Oh my goodness, I'm sorry.
But it's going to warm up here. But this is my first blab, so
congratulations!
Fantastic!
Wow, fantastic!
Yeah, thanks for having me.
We're gonna all give you props.
Yes.
Yeah. So I like that, props. Sweet.
Yeah.
So I spent 10 years working in publishing, working with authors, and trying to teach them marketing for their books and for their websites. And I created a framework that I taught authors. It's called military marketing. And what I do is I take how the military's set up, terms you already know, understand, and use, and I apply that to your business. Because what I found was when I was talking with an author and I would say Facebook Insights, they would just kind of like gloss over, like speaking like a different language. Yep. But when I started using, Army and allies and embassies, like they got it. It's like, okay, that makes sense. And so I started teaching this, and then I put that all together. And I'm a big checklist, cheat sheets, screencast person. And so I started capturing all that. And so, if an author would say, hey, how do you do SEO? Instead of me explaining SEO to the same lesson over and over and over, I put a checklist and a cheat sheet together. So I just send them that. And I'd say, hey, if you have questions, let's talk. And so one, it was just to kind of like save me time.
Yeah.
But then what I did was, after I left that publisher, is I took all that knowledge and I created militarymarketing.com, which is it's a subscription site to all that training. And that's what I teach now and use now for my own stuff. And it works, and it's always adapting and always changing. But you guys were mentioning headlines.
Yeah. Talk to us about your strategy for headlines.
Nice to meet you, Mike.
Grabs your attention.
I love Dane Maxwell from the foundation. He has this little formula where you I'm trying to Google it right now.
Dane Maxwell?
Yeah. So he says, start with the end result the customer wants plus a specific period of time, and then you address the objections. And one of his examples is, your home sold, which is the end result customer wants, in 90 days, which is the period of time, guaranteed, or I'll sell it for free. So, it's simple, it's easy, and you can use that with anything.
Fill in the blanks, huh?
Yeah. So you're always addressing that pain. So is it Marion? You're talking about what are you talking about? Oh, resources. So
yes.
5 productivity apps for you can download today that are free. The objection would be, hey, I'm going to have to pay for this stuff. It's so you just take that, you overlay it with whatever you're doing, and I like it. It works.
I like that. That's a great tip, Mike.
Let's find that and put it in the message here. Dane Maxwell, his formula. Let's put that right in there.
All right, here's that article. It's actually from a Mixergy post, but that's what he was on. He was on Mixergy and a few other podcasts, and he was teaching that. And
fantastic.
It's simple. It works, and
that's all we care about. They want it simple. They want it easy. They want it clickable. Let's go.
Yeah, yeah.
And we want something the media is going to pick up and run with, because that's how our stuff goes viral.
Yeah, I've been testing lately is, when BuzzFeed's, those guys are geniuses, and I'm not sure if you ever saw their process for writing headlines.
Mm-hmm.
But they test like over 10 or 20 different headlines, probably more now, and then they pick the winner to push out there. But it used to be these really long headlines we're working. I've been testing like shorter headlines, and I think that's, for me it's simpler and easy. That's been working for me, but it all depends on the user. Some people like the put everything I need to know into that headline. Like for me, I like to just keep it short and simple.
Short, simple, and sweet. That's what they like. I think most people really, well, they want to know that what you're giving them is short and sweet.
Yeah, that's where we live in the world of memes. If you can't explain it in a meme, they're not going to read it.
If you can't explain it in a meme, you're saying too much, right?
Yeah, I'm working with one of my clients, and he is a super intelligent person, and he writes that way. And I was trying to tell him, you got to kind of dumb it down for the audience.
He needs to meet me. Okay, I'm the translator. I take very intelligent brains,
yeah,
and then they tell me what they have, and then I bring it down to the level that people want to hear it.
Yeah, I sent him this tool where you can paste in a block of text, and it'll tell you like what grade level.
Really?
Yeah, I'll find that link here.
Oh, that's brilliant.
He was writing at a 12th grade reading level,
and
the average person is or the average internet reader is like 8th grade, or maybe less than that.
Yeah.
Let me find
Grammarly, or actually the Hemingway app, will tell you what you're at as far as your reading level, and if it's too complicated, and help to simplify it.
Readable.
I bet when you write something, Russ, it just has a question mark.
Yeah.
Grading level? I don't know.
All right, here's that tool.
Oh, thank you.
Readability.
Thank you very much.
That's brilliant, Mike.
That is brilliant. Thank you so much.
Yeah, it's cool. You just copy in. It's funny because you can go to I think BuzzFeed does a good job of writing for the web, but just go copy one of their posts, paste it in there, and you can see what level they're writing at. Instead of reinventing the wheel, just find out what the best are doing, and
use it as a model to create your own stuff.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people, and I'm guilty of the same thing, is, okay, I want this special thing for myself, and I want to do my own thing here. However, I know what that's delivered to me in the past is, okay, well, I have my own thing, great. And, all these other people are getting thousands and thousands of, lots of traction, and I'm over here having my own thing, my own little party.
Yeah.
So it's unfortunate that's you have to jump in the stream with the masses to get the headlines that work and everything that's going along that direction. However, that's the way it is. It's people are used to seeing things in a certain way, and they're used to reading certain things in a certain way, and it's amazing. So what else is going on in for headlines, or what other tips do you have, Mike, for us that you can share?
Well, this kind of applies to that, but I'm in the middle of making some graphics for my website.
Mm-hmm.
And what I do is I use this tool called Moat, MOAT.com. You can type in anybody's, like REI, I think does a good job of creating good creative and copywriting. So what I'll do is I'll find an ad from Moat that I like, size-wise, design, and I'll actually copy that into Photoshop, and then I'll create my own ad mimicking their style even as like usually it's like a headline word is bigger. I can actually show you the one I just made this one before I hopped on here. Actually, let me find a copy link address. So I found an ad I liked, and then I can't. Oh, there it is. Well, from this link, look at my sidebar. You can see the ad I just created, Building a Website 101. So what I did was I found an ad I liked.
Yeah.
Copy that into Photoshop, and then just basically put my own copy, fonts, and picture behind it. But yeah, don't reinvent the wheel. Like borrow inspiration from others.
That's brilliant. That's
I
brilliant.
know it. It really
Yeah,
is.
I totally
Thank you
agree,
so
Chris.
much.
I totally agree.
I think that's wonderful. So that's good that we have all this information here. Don't forget that this is not only live on our website, futuremediaassociation.com, but we also have all the archives there. So you can come back and look at some of these really cool links. And before we leave, I have one last thing I would like to contribute, and that is my friend and co-author, Dr. Joe Vitale from The Secret. He wrote a book called Hypnotic Headlines, and it is fantastic. So here's an article that he wrote. I'm just going to put it in the, excuse me, coughing.
Oh, she's getting over.
I love my mic.
Yeah, getting over your cold there.
Yeah, so take it away for the last little bit there, Russ. I'm sorry, I've just
No
lost
worries.
my voice.
And Mike, I really appreciate your first blab joining us and dumping all these nuggets of knowledge. Mike and I are working on a mastermind, and I highly recommend being in a mastermind. And we have this show every Tuesday and Thursday at 8:30 Central Time. Future Media Association, Marion LaSalle and I, Russ Johns, we host this show every week, and would love to have you jump in and join us, and also getting involved and engaged in the community and share some of the things that you're working on, and get the word out. And high tide raises all boats. So Future Media Association, love to see you back next Tuesday. We will be on Tuesday, and we'll have another topic for you. So I'd love to get everybody from the mastermind in here, Mike, and have a session. So it'd be kind of
That would be fun.
Wait, this is online right now?
Yes, we're on our
the
website.
Yeah, you're on
Yeah.
the Yeah.
You're on our website.
Hey, it's good hanging out with you guys.
Yeah, it's fun. It's a blast. So we'll see you again on Monday, Mike, and I'm sure we'll connect on the Slack. It looks like a little active day today on the Slack, so be back and forth. Love what you're doing on your staging. So
Nice to meet you, Mike.
You too, Miriam.
yeah,
Have a
so
good day.
I'm going to jump, and I can join another call, and we'll see you again, and I'll talk to you later today, Marion.
Okay. Have a great day. Bye,
Okay.
everybody.
Happy